Good night, family. Good night. Good night. Good night, family. How you guys are doing? Good night. How you guys are doing? Yes. Let's see here. Just here checking in. I have somebody live in. Just watching somebody there in the background. Realized that my device want to charge. Guys, I had a long day today, guys. When I came back, I was drained. I had to just take a quick nap. I woke up back about 8:40 something. Got up upon a few live there that was running at the time and get my kids something. Well, we already eat something, but get them something else to eat and keep it pushing, you know what I mean? So I hope everybody's doing good tonight. So hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing good. I'm grateful. Thankful for life and everything, you know what I mean? Because it could be worse. But as Mataiku suggested, shocking news today, you know what I mean? Well, not so really shocking, but yeah, this world we live now, you have to expect the unexpected, you know what I mean? You have to literally expect the unexpected. So I hope everyone is doing great tonight. Hope everyone is doing awesome wherever you are. And big shout out to all the private watchers and cause you guys still support. You know what I mean? Want to looking at the video, no matter what angle you're looking at it from. Big shout out to all the subscribers as well who come in doing their thing. You know what I mean? So we have to always say that because let them know I appreciate them. You know what I mean? The only thing I can tell anybody though, it's not easy when you're a single parent. You have so much to do. So, and if you have to balance the day with everything, your kids get left sometime in the midst because you're trying to please everyone. Because you can't do that because you can't neglect the children. And then when something go left, everybody have a story to tell. You know what I mean? So they come first, you know, and then me come last because I have to be running up and down with them doing errands. Today I had a meeting. I had to dress up to go to that one. As I said, I had to run outside in the cold today because, I need to check on his meeting to save school keeping tomorrow for him. I have all phones on charge today, guys. I'm telling you. So I had to be on my laptop today. Not easy sometimes, I'm telling you. Let me check my email to see. I haven't checked my email. And check my email. When you have kids and it's just you alone, man, you have a whole lot to catch up on. A whole lot, and it's just you alone. It's not like you have no other support. It's just you. Yeah, as the songwriter say, you, it's just you, and anybody know that they have children, and it's just you alone. Have to be running here doing this, doing. Make sure nobody is up. You should not be up. This little boy be playing around. Give me a second, the family. I have somebody in on my live here, and you see, I have phone on charge, but I have another person on there. They're live, so just doing what I can now. Give me a second, the family. Okay? I don't know what's going on. Give me a second. Sorry about that, my family. You have to take care of the kids in car. I don't like to see kids sit up late at night. I don't like it. Unless if I have them off to do something that they had to do, like work, school, some farmer work. Or other than that, no, they had no reason to be up. They fed, they drink their hot chocolate, and eat something before they go to bed. You know what I mean? So yes. Anyway, 1 second there, guys, because I wasn't here all day today. I had to be running on the road, take care of stuff. I had to attend an in person meeting today. When I got back home, I went and checked my mail. When I checked my mail, which one of these email? Okay, let me check this email for the update to see if the little one school keeping tomorrow. He was a keeping. He didn't keep today because it's so freezing outside, man. Well, I don't get any message, so I'm wondering if it's keeping. Let me text. Let me text one of the resource person there. Just a second, there, guys. Because as I said, I need to much and wake up and just hop on to Fuel Live, get my kids something to eat. We already eat when we came in, but then when we wake up back, you can still be hungry. So I don't like to send them to their bed and they're hungry. No, 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 I don't do that. So let me reach out to this lady. I haven't seen her email, so I want to know school keeping tomorrow. Okay. Because if I don't do it while I get it, guys, I'm gonna be in trouble. You know what I mean? Well, not in trouble, but you know how the schools are now. They crying. They want if his child don't attend school, especially if it's not anything else, it can be an issue. So yes, family. So yes, yes, yes. So my day had planned today, but sometimes you plan, and that's why they say you have to be careful when you plan, because sometimes you plan and gotta wipe. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you. So I was here today. Got up. I got up pretty early this morning too, because I had to get up and wake my son out. So I got up, wake my son up for him to get ready for his school, because he was doing homeschool, and he got in school, and then because they changed over, I think the other teacher that used to teach him last year, they changed from that teacher, so a lot of things kind of readjusted. So week 18 that I told you guys that he didn't do, or so now they put it into this other teacher. Oh, now, so they closed off the other teacher that was teaching him things that she was using, and then so now what they did was the way they put it, they put it in a semester A or something like that. So it's a good thing I was in his classroom today, so I was able to. Another parents had asked a question about those weeks that their children didn't get to do, and I was able to. Good thing I was in there. I was literally there bringing him a cup of tea, and I was able to ask the teacher a few questions as well, and then she put the slide on her screen so we could all see as parents. That means if anybody had any other questions similar to that, we could all query it right there and then. So now we have week 18 in there to do and so forth. So I got to work on week 18. we start week 19 already, so I gotta work on week 18 for maths because he didn't get to do maths in the other older class because that didn't put up there. And then for maths, and then week 18 for socials. I think social study. Yes. So I have those to get out the way. But the good thing, the books we got recently, they had shipped some book for my son. So he got them, but the teacher said on her end she haven't got her book yet to put what number. Remember last night I was saying we're doing week 19. Anybody that was on my live, and I said I was doing week 19, but I just upload something because there was no number there. So that clarified this morning. So that was good. And so now we understand. Say I gotta go to week 18, but today everything does take a toll now because when I had to run to this community center, get some things done, and I had to drop off some things too for this lady that working with me with some stuff. Drop it off to her and stuff and come back, grab some resources real quick while I was there, come back, and then man, I'm telling you, outside ain't no joke today. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Especially where I'm at, downtown today. I went downtown today. Mm-mm. They're closer to the riverfront, so down there is a little bit colder than where I am currently right now. At right now, but downtown, it's so windy, guys. I mean, all this place was so hurtful. When I came home, I was exhausted by the time I get home. Because then we had to stop while we were out there and do some errands, you know what I mean? So now, why I had to run downtown today, I got this letter. Well, my email yesterday told me because I had signed up for delivery. So, you know, when your mail coming to the house or anything. And he told me from yesterday that I had a mail piece coming from the apartment I rent from. So and when I went to my meeting this morning and came back, I checked the mail. So once I checked the mail when I came back off the road, quickly grab the kids them some snacks and something, and then check my mail because I was just like around the block. I tell them I don't go far, just around the block. You know, I opened the mail, the email, because I had sent some things down there. So you know, once you adjust your income or so forth, you know, and stuff like that. So I went down there. They said I owe them January rent. I was calling the office because I didn't want to have to go all the way down there because they have a number in there just in case if you need anything to clarify, you call the office. I call. Nobody picking up the phone. Nobody answering. So I'm like, you know what? The deadline to sign the new lease is the 24th, which is not tomorrow, but the next day, which would be Friday. Not Friday. Yeah, Friday, because Saturday is the 25th. Yes. So I had to say to myself, CEO of Cash, hey, beautiful, how are you? How are you? How are you doing? How was your day today? How was everything? How was your summit? Everything was good? So and they're going to say, well, you knew this is going to be that, but effective January 1st, you owe XYZ. I'm like, what? Then they're gonna tell me, oh, because you make the adjustment of stuff, so now we're gonna have to do this. Good night. The summit is Saturday. Well, I guess I'm ahead of you. I'm sorry, my dear. All the best on Saturday. You know, all the best on Saturday. Saturday, I don't know. Saturday gonna be a stressful day for me because my girlfriend that I grew up with, doing sports with and everything, she gonna let her mom to rest on Saturday. So Saturday gonna be a devastation. Sometimes I talk to her, I don't even want to talk too much because I don't know what to say, you know what I mean? So it's really gonna be a devastating day for me on Saturday, but I'll get to it. I text her I think one day this week. And to be honest, I don't know what to say to her because when you have a lost appearance yet, or so you don't really know what to say to somebody else when they're going through that. Then God bless you. I swear, you don't know exactly what to say. You know what I mean? I gotta finish your PowerPoint. Yes, go finish your PowerPoint. See you of cash. We can always run down. You can always give us a little history and you how everything go out in everything. You know what I mean? Yes, go nail it. Go drive it right to whatever you need to do. The world smile with Basil. How are you? It's a resilient queen. Hope you had a wonderful day. I had a wonderful day regardless of the little hurdle that was in the midst, but I'm here talking about it now, right now. And so nobody answered the phone, so I had to end up go down there, and I didn't want to go down there. I didn't, because it was so cold. I had on the gloves. Oh, you know those black. You know those black gloves that I told you that they say is good for arthritis. The ones that I have on, they moist. They keep your hand nice and firm when you get them out. Your all fingers just straight and everything. I saw them on because I get mine off of Amazon. I saw them on. You know the one with what's her name? Robin Roberts. I saw them on there with that deal this morning showing those same gloves. I'm like, yes, they are off Amazon. They're good. And they're very affordable. So I think they were like what? $19 or so. So if anybody need to get one of those, only thing your fingertips are left out. That's the only thing. But they're cute, they're nice, they help, they say they cushion your hands, make you feel good. Cause I got one, cause I got it off of Amazon. So when you see me in that little black gloves on those, that's off Amazon. I don't remember I think they call arthritis gloves or something like that. So I wear them in the winter. It's really nice and stuff. So anyway, so when I went down to the office, the lady that I was hoping to see, that's it, which is the one who sent me the letter. I didn't see her because I calling her, she ain't answering. So I saw another lady and she said, actually we buzzed the door, nobody answered. And when we're walking away, then somebody come. Then when we get inside, we realize that the lady that at the front desk had seemed like she had stepped out. So the lady said, "Well, may I help you today?" And I was explaining things to her. I said, "I have owe any rent. You guys had hold me a balance, and we already paid that off and everything to start a new month. I just bring in these documents now to show the difference in my income now and everything." And then she said, "Okay." And then they went into our office and they were there. I don't know what they were talking about and stuff. And then shortly after that, the secretary at the front desk came in, and you could tell that the lady at the front desk, after they rectify everything, and then she went back to do some things, because I had dealt with her when we were rectifying this too. Said they owe me a balance, all I would need you to do is pay the difference and everything. She was just taking a deep breath, because you could tell that she probably wondering, why are they making this such error again. Then they're gonna say, "Oh, late fee." I said, "But I pay my rent, I don't owe no late fee." Also, the rent, "Oh, your rent increased, but I don't owe you any late fee. I don't care if I bring in any income paper or anything and show you guys that this is that, and you want to raise the rent. I pay my rent already. So how you just." And mind you, I bring in some documents. I think when I brought that document the last time, I was doing it on live couple weeks. I think one last week or the week before, one of those time I brought it downtown, and they give it to me so fast. And I'm like, but if rent is already gone, why would you backtrack me for January? And you should say effective in February coming, then your rent would be this. Not backtrack me for a month that is already paid for. But anyway, then they talking about late fee. I say, "Lady, I don't owe you guys no late fee. I already paid my rent." And I remember, any situation you're dealing with, it's always good to have some good sense of humor. Oh, CEO of Cash say, "I'm so sorry about you." Yes, yes, CEO. Thank you so much. And any situation you're going through, sometimes it's good to have a good sense of humor. Because when I say not a good sense of humor, this is why I said this. Everybody might not agree. Because your lip might come off in another way. Because when people trying to make you look foolish, our brain wash you into what they want you to do when you know you already done what you need to do. If you don't laugh sometime, man, you will look as stupid as how they want you to be. So sometimes you have to just like, I'm singing in my mind, and it's like, God, help me this day to keep this big mouth shut. Anybody ever have that plaque in their house, or their grandmother ever have that plaque in their house? Why your boat 30, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Manners, love, and blessing. I check already, but I have to check the other one tomorrow, okay? So thank you so much for gracing the stage. Appreciate love, manners, and respect. Thank you, my indie game as well. So I'm telling you guys, I'm saying, man. Then they say, well, you have to pay the difference. I say, I've never heard that, and I study business, and I never heard that before. You pay something, and then you have to go back and pay something more for something that is already signed seal. I never heard of that before, you know. So I'm like, okay, sorry. Then they're gonna wanna charge me late fee. I say, nope, I'm not paying that. And then they say, okay, let they take it off. I say, yeah. And they go to, and then she gonna try to, hey, you know what? When we renting places, people, please keep up to date with every little letter they sent you. As soon as they send it, knit it in the bud, quick and fast. Because one, some of these places are taking advantage of the situation, man. I'm telling you. And can you imagine if you just don't care? Then they sure will care because they gonna give you a run for your dime that you don't got. So anyway, I talked to her and then right there and then they hi aunties, Miss Sinat back to Shauna. Greetings, how are you? Miss Sinat back in the house saying greetings to everyone. Thank you for stopping by, auntie. Thank you. I know it's late. Thank you so much. And I'm telling you guys, and then the way when I went downtown because the waterfront is downtown, so I'm going up and the wind is coming in our face. When I look at Amir, 'cause Amir's face is a little bit lighter in the face. His face was so red because of how the cold was. It was how cold it was. He have on his hat and everything, but because of how cold it was, I had to start running because he was so cold. CEO of Case Facts, you have to just look at them sometimes. Yes, I'm telling you, man. These people, I'm like, but before I started to dive into getting into a deep stress or anything, the first thing I said, I told the kids, I said, let's go. I said, put your winter clothes on because they have winter pants because outside is cold. I said, put your clothes on and let's go. I don't care how cold outside is because I only have one day from when I received the letter, which was today I received the letter. And I only had one day to respond to that letter, which would be tomorrow. And then tomorrow at 9 o'clock, I have a meeting at 9 o'clock tomorrow for my son. So I'm saying, and then the deadline to bring in that letter would be on the 24th. I'm like, what? Joe Regington, hello, how are you? How are you, my brother? How are you? Greetings, blessing. Thank you guys for stopping by. Love, manners, and respect. I'm telling you, man, these people, man, I can't wait to become an advocate of change because a lot of things need to be changed, man. People not you can and you know why I'm disgruntled about a lot of these things that are happening with housing too. It's not like a personal person and you run from. These people are an organization where they run multiple in facility or business, not say facility because facility is more like in this sense like a nursing home or something like that. They are running more. They It's like a property owner, then they have big properties, so they run multiple. So for them to keep making these mistakes, it just made me wonder how many people out there are being brainwashed into paying unnecessary fees. How many people are out there being brainwashed into paying something that they already have paid for? You know what I mean? CEO of Care saying hello everyone. World Smile with Bazza said just have to give your confidence. Yes, man. Yes, And I'm saying how many people just out there who not really in their right mind thinking about a lot of stuff than just having a roof over their head. How many people have been taken advantage of? How many people have been locked out of these things because they don't know their rights? They can't speak up because they're afraid they speak up and be kicked outside. I don't care if you kick me outside. Do your job right. Recently, anybody who were following me then know that last November I barely could have my Christmas in the way I was having it because these people piled up a whole thing telling me I owe them money, and I can tell anybody if any bill get paid in this house, my rent is paid. Even if I don't got, I'm making sure my rent is paid. If I anybody see me, I'm not afraid to join the food pantry line just to make two ends meet. I'm not afraid to walk and go get my food just so that I can have that money that I was going to spend to go get a gallon of milk or something to add to my rent. You know what I mean? One of these days when I can go deep down in a lot of things, I will sure create a video of how to survive anywhere you are with on a budget, on a shoestring budget. Because sharing my life will help a lot of people. I know that I can't share a lot of things though, but I will when I can. You know what I mean? And some manners of our respect to everybody is here. But I'm just saying, man, how many people are brainwashed out of these things? I remember a couple months ago, same thing happened. Somebody let her come under my door. They said this person, oh, how much money? And I'm like, at first I thought it was my letter, and I just went up. I don't know about anybody else. Have you ever get any mail or something after you pay your bills? Yes. Sometimes people would say if you pay your bills, there is no need to worry. Let me tell you something. If somebody take you to court already, say you owe them money and you never owe them anything, that's still behind you, even if you win the case. That's they still drag your name in the mud. Defamation of character. Pay attention to that. If somebody when you rent place some people and they give you any form of this is a ketchup paper, don't worry. This is just a prop. Any form of paperwork with your name, your legal name, and everything on there. Whether you go to court or nothing, they're still dragging your name in the mud. So nothing you take lightly. Even if you pay your bill, somebody say then why all you have to do create, you have nothing to worry about. One day all those things, if anything should happen, can come right back and build a profile. That's how profiles are built. What do you think profile are built? You think profile are built because nothing was built against you? How do you get built? Because you build a profile. Miss Sinabak say I'm working in the background, but I'm listening to to you, niece. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Miss Sinabak Trishana. Thanks to everyone that is here. You know what I mean? But I'm just wondering how many persons who are taken advantage of with the housing system. How many persons? Because some people not doing their job. They just sit there, you know. And I'm sorry to say, you have some good play people. You have good landlords out there that they dot their I and they cross their T properly. Perfect. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about the people them that are sloppy, but they're so quick to bill you. They're so quick to build a profile against you. They're so quick to take you to court for nothing. Same thing last year they did to me and tell me, oh, you don't have to show up in court. Okay, do you know if I had believed them, my AZ would be not on here today. Probably my AZ would be out in that winter cold. They would have to pick me up off the street. Guys, I literally double rose twin. Oh, it's a double tap in the house tonight. Double tap in the house. How are you, beautiful twins? How are you guys doing? You know what I mean? But I'm just sharing these things because I know a lot of people are facing these things. 'Cause even right now, I know a lot of people. I'm just not going to call on them, but I know a lot of people. Well, you guys wouldn't know who I'm talking about anyway, because it's person I personally see around me daily. I know some of these people are dealing with a lot. But they need to stop these things, man. Then you pay your bills. Then the lady said, the other day I saw something where they were like trying to say you owe late fee, and she had to go in and correct it. She said, no, 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 no. Eh? And people, I'm gonna encourage you guys to, when you're renting and everything, if you can try to pay your rent on the first, even though some place might give you till the fifth, but try if as much as possible. Don't be lazy. Try as much as possible. Because you see these places nowadays, they're building a profile and you need to build your own profile. So when they try to sink you, you can sink them too. They're pressing you, you can press them too. You got to pay attention because a lot of people are being outside now because they didn't know their rights. They didn't know what to talk about. They didn't know how to speak up about a lot of stuff. And as a result, it cost them a lot. Double rose twin say good thanks and you. I'm doing good, my love. It just little headache, but not too much. It's just about housing the roof, because roof is important, especially in this kind of weather here. Is that I'm gonna use you guys saying double top kind of weather here. This weather is really tapping us now, double rose. See you of course I'm listening to. Yes, I know you're creating your PowerPoint, so you fix that up because I know you have a lot at hand to deal with in that kind of arena that you're dealing with out there. So I know. And okay, so Double Rose saying hi, missing up back the world smile with Basil saying hi to the saying hi to everyone. And okay. Yes, so a lot of people are faced with these things and they are scared to speak up or everything. And it just goes to show that we can't let nothing shove on the rug too much. This week on Tuesday I was so busy and I was in a meeting. And while we're in the meeting, one of the stuff, I can't discuss anything at the meeting, but I'm just gonna be paraphrasing some stuff. But one of the thing I learned about from that meeting was silence. Silent is good and silent is also bad. Silent is good if you're in a really terrible situation where the only thing you can do to stay peaceful and so you don't lose your life or anything is to be silent and pray inside. Whisper prayer, as the songwriter said, whisper prayer. But then on the other hand, when it comes on to your rights as being a person living and paying your bills and everything, and people want to take advantage of those situations so quick, so fast, you can't remain silent there. If you don't speak up, those profile that is put against you, now they build you up, and then if you don't get those things knit in the bud, they can file those complaints into the court of law, and then now you have to be dragged into court. Yes, you can win the case if you have your receipts and all the documents to prove and all of these things, but at the same time, it's still not a nice feeling. I've been there last year. I know how that feel. That sent me up in a frenzy mode. It's not a nice feeling. And one of the things that people talk about, okay, everybody connecting, nice. Sit up back, say hello, Double Rose. I am in the background cleaning up before I go to bed. Yeah, peace before bed. Yes. Regington said, love you, sister. Blessing, man. Manners, love, and respect to everyone. W Twin saying, hi, Lord, I don't, well, Noe, Nona, something like that. All right, so big shout out to everyone in the chat, and thank you guys for gracing the stage. Thank you guys for stopping by. Love and appreciation. And that's one of the reasons why I tell myself that there's a lot of things I really want to use my platform for. And one of them is to help combat a lot of these things that are faced with. And the only way you can help combat a lot of these things is because you're faced with it. You have experience. You know what I mean? Because it is so heartwarming and overwhelming sometimes just to see a lot of things that is happening. Even recently, I know an elderly person was almost being put on the outside. And when people talk about the basic needs of human being that we can't live without, but yet sometimes it's been taken away from you. What is that? What is that when they say the basic needs of you is this and that? What is that when it's being taken away from you? I don't understand that. I don't. Yet you've written it up, even in books you're teaching children about the basic needs of human being, things that we can't do without, like a roof over our head. But yet many people are on the street. Some people choose to be on the street, so that's different. But what about the people who just were doing what they need to do and you can't find a solution for them? It is crazy. It is crazy, you know what I mean? And then some people don't know their rights. So somebody, and if worse, keep abreast of your receipts, because if you're not, because today when I was going on, I heard a voice said, look for your last receipt and look for the last piece of paper that they give. They give you a ledger of all the things that you had paid so far. And because I was gonna go down there just with the letter I received, and I said, that's not enough facts right there. So I need to grab my other stuff, and I grab it and take it down there. But it just goes to show how many people are being, I don't even want to say being robbed, but taken advantage of over the years, because people don't want to sit down and do their job correctly, but they want to. How do you waste resources like that just to draw off something and then you're going to have to correct it all over again? That's ink. Ink is not cheap. Anybody have a printer? No, ink ain't cheap. So for people to not sit down properly, especially it's a big old organization and you guys not communicating properly, and then you give somebody who paying their bill faithfully headache. And that's the problem in the good suffer for the bad all the times. Cause you'll be doing the right thing and they coming after you, and the man who's not doing the right thing sometimes don't even get seen. They just let them go like nothing, but you doing the right thing always get pinned. It's like you're going about your daily business and mind your big business, and somebody out the blues just gonna knock you right off the sidewalk while minding your own business. So it's very important, people, when you come on to, if you're renting, you know what I mean? If you're renting and stuff like that, we have to talk about these things because it's happening one too often, you know. And then we're talking about the basic needs of people is this, and nobody should ever this, and but yet that's not. It's just a saying. It's just in the book for decoration. You know, things gone high sky, everything gone, and sometimes only thing you have left to do every day you're like paycheck to paycheck, and then you have to be doing this, doing that, paying your bills and paying it faithfully, only to be you owe this month rent. And you just saw me come down there too, because I remember the day when I go pay the rent, she was in the office. So how comes you didn't see those receipts? Where's all those receipts for you to draw such a conclusion? Where's the receipt? That's what I'm wondering. The receipt that everybody, because I do money order when I taking it down there, but the receipt that everybody pay you every month for rent. Ain't those supposed to be uploaded into the system so you know who pay you rent from who don't pay you rent? Why is those receipt not being in the system? Because it must not be in the system for you to say, oh, somebody owe you rent for last month. Like seriously. I'm like, mm-mm. So no, you know what? You know what's the next move is to start looking. Well, I'm already start doing those things, but to start dive deeper into finding somewhere else. Because one thing I learned in life, when somebody mess with you one time, then they mess with you the second time, they can do it the third time, the fourth time, and the fifth time. So we have to always pay attention. You know, my growing up in Jamaica, people always say, you know what? Hey, Miss Cynthia, how are you? Hey, beautiful, how are you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Miss Sinabe says some people have light fingers when they steal because everybody don't keep up with their receipt, especially if they are paying their rent in cash. Yes, but they don't take cash. They used to, but they cut that out. I don't know what happened, but they cut that out. But I never paid in cash. I do money orders and stuff. But even though you do money order, there's a lot of ring arounds with. I don't want to go in depth with it, but there's a lot of ring arounds and a lot of stuff. But my thing is, if you January is still in, so you know you pay rent on the first, and with the system, some of them tell you about the late double rose saying hi, Miss Cynthia. The late fee, they tell you about the late fee in you early all the way till the fifth. So for you to send me a letter now and January still haven't been out, that goes to show that you're not doing your job. Because if you were paying attention to your job, if you were dotting your I's and crossing your T, you would have already known that I had already paid my bills. Yes, if there's an increase in rent and you want me to pay the difference, that's not a problem. But to tell me I owe you when you're not checking your receipts, don't you must check your receipts to see how many? Yes, you run a big organization. Yes, you can get lost in the system, but I know that a lot of people love their money, so they ain't gonna get lost with their receipts. Because I don't pay. No, but everybody here work hard for their money. Everybody work hard for their hard earned money. So there's no need for you. And even if somebody giving you something, somebody nowadays, even in the government arena, anything, you gotta work for it. You gotta try to go to school. You gotta try to do this. You gotta try to do that. So you gotta work. You gotta show them that you're working to deserve what they're giving you or anything at all. Whether you have a 9 to 5, whatever you're doing, whether you are what you call, what they call those people who work personally for themselves or whatever, whether you work like that, and even you still have to work for it. You know what I mean? Even us as content creator, when we become monetizers, anything, and aren't we working to get there so that we can be living better and doing what they think. So when people play with the money that we had to burn the midnight aisle, sometimes drained, sometimes exhausted for everything, you don't play with your money. You don't play with your money. Unstoppable, undefeated. Ain't no way you're London trying to claim your over them. Oh, please, you'll be surprised to know they took me to court last year. What you talking about? I had, and then they told me when they call him, I say, "Oh man!" When they call me, I call him that same day. I said, "Why did you guys take me to court? What is the reason?" After I paid my rent last year, they did that too. After I paid my rent last year, they did, and I call them the same time and I say, "Why did you guys take me to court on the 8th of November?" Oh no, no. They told me last year that oh no, no, that's an old error. What old error? I don't even live in here a year good. Well, it's actually a year now since I live here. But I mean, I not even live here not even 2 years. Not even 2 years yet. Oh, that's an error. You could ignore that. I said, I ignore that. Are you guys gonna give me a letter to state that okay, everything is dealt with? Oh no, we can't do that. That's what they told me. Oh no, I can't do that. So for those who don't know, if I had believed what they said, I would waive my right. I would have waived my right, and guess who would have been waving me out of here? The bailiff. The court now would have the upper hand of me because one, I believe what they said by word of mouth and didn't show up to court. I had to call. When I call legal aid. If you don't have those results, you can call legal aid. And I call legal aid, and I told illegal aid. I call a very good lady friend of mine, and she said, no, 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 call legal aid and everything, because they dealt with the system, so they understand these things, in terms of renting and everything. And you definitely need to save up to move. Yes, man, that's the goal, man. That's the goal, man. That's the goal. I'm telling you. And I called legal aid, and legal aid said, no, 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 no. Even if they said they rectified things and they have give you anything written in sign, written, signed, sealed, and delivered as a hard copy to say yes, this is the proof or this is the evidence, still show up to court. Because what I would have done that now, I would have given the court the upper hand of me, and then any little thing, I would be out quick and fast. Me and my kids would be right there on the street floating around. We'll be doing parade on the street. Yes, that's discrimination if they're treating you different. Oh yes, oh yes. But so when I call legal aid, so regardless, still show up to court. And a matter of fact, when they send that letter, I think the Thursday I had to show up to court. I think a week before Thanksgiving, I had to show up to court. Yes, after, and I had paid my rent in November too. That's the funny part. And they had bill a whole ledger saying late fees, late fees. Yuma work, guys, because true Yuma, I'm telling you, it's illegally wouldn't help me because I under okay, okay, okay. Yes, man, I'm telling you. Yes, it depends because they go through a lot of things, so you know how the process go. And then um I showed up to court, and guys, let me tell you something. The fourth, I think I was the fourth or fifth name called. And I was, a matter of fact, I logged into court early because they tell you when you log into court early, yes, for anybody who never dealt with this, but you're renting and you're renting, if anything should ever happen to you, can you never, I always say, anybody listen, watch me over the little course, always hear me say, don't say nothing because you never know when something gonna knock at your door. You never know when nothing gonna knock at your door. So don't judge anyone, because you never know when anything gonna tap, as Double Roses say, double tap, double tap. You don't know when nothing is gonna double tap at your door. Do you understand? So you don't judge no one, because you never know when you're gonna fall short, and you never know none of that. You don't even know when you're gonna elevate. You just see yourself elevate because you're working towards it. And you don't know when somebody is trying to build a profile against you to tear you down. You don't know these things until you're in the situation and you say, oh, That's how you hear the word oh. So you never know what you're gonna be in. Just like the wildfire the other day that all those celebrities lost their house. You think they had known, if they had known that they were gonna lose their house, you think they would have built house there? You think they would have gone there to spend millions of dollars to build infrastructure there? You think business would have been there? So you don't tap on anything until, because you don't know what you're gonna be into. All you have to do get information and learn. That means even if you're not in it, you could have a friend, you could have a family member, and you could say, you know what, still show up because I heard somebody say if they didn't show, blah blah blah. And guys, they had provided a lawyer that they Unstoppable say amen. Cynthia Blackwell say amen. Unstoppable say exactly, you're right, but what happened? Yes, I want to know what happened in court. So now I'm going there now. So the day when we go to court now, okay. So let me say this before. So when you go to a rent court with landlord tenant court, you have two visits. The first one is just to get to understand the situation, the problem is that is at hand, so they can build a profile now to understand what step to take when they're dealing with when you as an individual, because everybody matters going to be different. Even if you're still in a building with everybody, your problem may be different. You could just have $2, somebody have $10, somebody have $3. Everybody's situation ain't gonna be the same. You may have the same similarities because of the landlord tenant, this that blah blah blah. So when I showed up to court, we had to wait, and they read our right. We have right to a lawyer. We always have a first one is a right to a lawyer, and some of the things you can come to a decent resolution with you and the landlord, but you have to go to the court, and then the court have to. They have a site that you can go on where they tell you to when the landlord dismiss something, they have a site that you can go on, and the court will tell you that, and that's when the court will tell you that it's dismissed, or the lawyer will tell you that it's dismissed. So that's the only way you can get out of that situation when they say it's dismissed. So when I showed up into court now, they put me in a breakout room. They call your name. They put in first. They get any lawyer that was there representing the landlords, or if the landlord was there, they told them see you on the next day, which is the court day set now for you to go to hear, for the judge to hear what you have to say about rent and what happened while you're here. They have to set that day, but the first day is just like a trial run to understand everything. You need to understand what is going on. So they give you lawyers. If you don't have a lawyer, they give you one. They provide one, which is a legal aid. That's where they're coming, and it depends on what level of income bracket you're in. So you have to understand that as well. And they give we like the secretary first. So you have the secretary first, yes. So you have the secretary first, like the court. They call it the court clerk, and they ask you some things because they build in a little profile. So by the time they put you in a breakout room, when they're done with you, you wait into a breakout room, and then when the lawyer done with the other client that he or she was dealing with, then they will come to your breakout room now and just try to get more understanding of what happened, why your landlord take you to court, and they try to find out if you owe the landlord rent. Sometimes they ask you 3 4 times, because they gotta look at your facial expression, they gotta look at your body language, they gotta look at a lot of stuff. Plus, if you have piece of paper there or anything, I was on Zoom. Don't be afraid to hold your paper up. And the lawyer said, if I need to go to if we need to go to court on that day, bring this with you or so. And the lawyer said, you know what? Good question. It's a good thing you asked me this. I said, what was the question? I told them in there that I said, can I ask you guys a question? And he said, sure. And I said, what if you call the landlord and told them why did they take you to court, and they say you don't have to show up because everything is rectified? They said that is illegal. So people, it is illegal if your landlord tell you don't have to show up to court because you confront them about something. It is illegal. Ron J, how are you? Blessing, thank you for stopping by. Everything. So that is illegal. That's number one. It's, if they do that, that is illegal. No landlord, if they take you to court, should ever tell you they rectify something and you don't have to show up to court. That is illegal on their end. So the court clerk said, "Thank you for bringing that up." And then when I go to because the judge, we didn't talk to the judge that day. As I said, they were just trying to get a report about us and the background, local background, and what is happening and the situation. why you end up here. And then I talked to the lawyer, and the lawyer said, thank you for pointing that out, because I'm happy you point that out. So that was a very good question there to point out. That means if you reach out to your landlord first, because it's very good when they bill you a profile to say you owe money, reach out to them first. And if they hear what they have to say, and then you take the necessary steps to go to the next level. Because if they're not willing to give you any hard copy to say this is the evidence that everything is under control, don't believe them. You don't got no paper in your hand, don't believe them. Because they brainwash you to take it to court so they can brainwash you again. Please don't believe them. All right, Double Rose, thank you for stopping by. Manners, love, and respect. Guys, you could check their channel out. They're twins. You could check them out. The Vibes the Twin. I call them the Vibes the Twin. Full of energy. Energy Twin. So thank you guys for stopping by and everything. And then afterwards, now they say, what is going to happen? They're going to set us a court date, and they set up the court date for December 12th. That was December 12th. We had a court date now to go in person. This time now we have to go in person to the judge. So my lawyer said, well, based on the information that I gave them about, they said they dismissed the case that was done or whatever with, that was able to help my lawyers get a better insight into what I told him. So my case was looking easier, because I told him what the landlord told me, which is the housing department told me. So with that, they were able to reach out to the housing department lawyer and see if what I said to them match up to what they had said. You know, because they have to vet all of that. They have to clarify all of that. And the man, I remember the lawyer looked at me. So you sure you don't owe them not even $1? I said, sir, I don't owe these people nothing. I said, if I have to go to the Salvation Army or this Muslim church here or to save those dollars to pay my bills, I do it. I don't owe these people. And I said, as a matter of fact, they owe me. Because they owe me money. Because when we had to start some other things out, I had paid more money than I should, and then they owe me. So that was quitting out for the rest of the time. But listen to me, those lawyers literally look at you on Zoom and they vet you properly to know if you're lying or anything. Casey Inspirational, how are you? Thank you. And Support Undefeated said, was they retaliating against you? No, because they always no, because I didn't really fire for I try not to hurt people, because I remember my lawyer said to me, so when you ask them to fix things, do they fix things? I said, you know what? They might not fix it right away, but they do fix it. It might take a long time. I could have said, no, they don't fix nothing. They don't do this. But that's not my character. I don't want to, because they're doing me wrong. That's not me. I'm not going to be like them. You know what I mean? Because all I could have used against that, but I'm not going to be like them. You know, Thank you, Casey Inspirational. How are you doing? How was that flash out? How was it? Yes, I'm talking about the landlord. No, they didn't. Casey Inspirational says a greeting to all in the chat. Yes, thank you, Casey Inspirational. Thanks to everybody for stopping by. But know your rights, family. Know your rights. And I don't care. Even if you're renting and you're not renting on a budget, or are you renting out of a budget or something, it doesn't matter. The rules still apply to everybody. Court is court, tenant and landlord is tenant and landlord. It doesn't matter what background you are, it doesn't matter what bracket you're in. You understand? You have to always pay attention to these things and make sure you keep your receipts and everything and have your facts ready. That's all I can tell you, because it's crazy. But I can tell you guys, it's never easy when you're paying your bills and those holding it down and you got called to go to court. That's like tampering with your character. Any paper that is legal, you have to be printed up or anything and say you owe this or you owe that. That's not a nice feeling. It is not a nice feeling, whether you paying your bills or not. But I can tell you much: when you're paying your bills, it's not a nice feeling. It's a taste in your mouth that is very insipid. Yes, yeah, I didn't. You know what, family? I did not have to show up to court on the 12th. On the 12th of December, I did not have to show up into court. Because when I tell you that was taking a toll on me, I was so stressed out. You guys see me coming on live those times, but you wouldn't, I talk about it, but you wouldn't even realize how much behind the scene. I was so drained because let me say it this way. It's one thing to be going about your daily business. Oh, it was good. Oh, okay. Well, when I come, I want to get one of those flash out. I went for a second. I'm telling you, mackerel is really good. Did you use the Grace brand? Hold on. Did you use the Grace brand? Yes, you were strong. But let me tell you something. Anybody ever run in with the law that wrongfully run in with the law? You know that's one of the most stressful time of your life. You think you have it all together. You think you're well poised and ready and energized and you're fluent, you're outspoken. That thing take a toll on you. Especially you don't do anything to get there. That really put a dent in how you perceive something. You say you thought Cape Breton was hard to learn. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. You might need to break that down for me. Yes, Grace, all the way. Okay, okay, Casey, that was nice. Yum, yum, yum. That's one good with some Scotch bonnet pepper. Did you put some Scotch bonnet pepper in there? All right. And stop and say you definitely right. That I don't. You know what? If you're not in the situation where you run into anything and you have to deal with the law or anything, you won't know how distress, how hurtful, how painful, how exhausted things can quickly be. You could be this bubbly person, but as soon as something happened, you never know how. I have to go Jamaica learn the language. Oh, you want to go learn the language? Oh, yeah, man, that's nice. Well, you don't have to go no. Yeah, Google. Probably ask AI. AI probably say, "Well, go on." Ask Google, man. Yeah, Google at your fingertip. But that would be nice. First son. But I'm telling you, it's not a nice feeling. It's not. It is not a nice feeling when you have to deal with these things. As long as you're upholding the law, you're doing the right thing, you're paying your bills and everything, especially when it comes to your rent. You're paying your rent and then you get dragged in the mud. Your name is being out there. You know me, guys, as resilient, and for who know me by my right name, fine. But you guys know me as Resilient Queen. The court know me as my real name. You understand? They don't know me as no Resilient Queen. They know me by my name to the teeth, to the bone. That's when you know situation is real. When your legal name have to be dragged in the mud, it's not something you want to play with. Never take your name lightly when you have to be dragged in the mud. Never. Some people say, "Oh, but why would you trip about it?" A lot of people don't understand profile, but they might want to start research what a profile is. Profile is not just having good credential. Profile is also can build a negative background about somebody and then tear your character down quick and fast. Because it take a toll on your mental health. It does. Worse when you're in a situation where one, you may on the level of don't have all the things you need to have. And then especially to find good lawyers or stuff like that, you don't have those resources or so that take a toll on you too. And even when you find good lawyers, they ain't gonna be cheap. And anybody running with anything, no, lawyers ain't cheap. And then the ones that are out there that willing to help low income people or people on a budget or whatever, their time is more valuable. So you have to get to the point. You have to get the facts correct. You have to come up with some evidence, which is your receipts or whatever kind of paper they had given you from whatever party that is you're entangled with. It don't have to be rent, but whatever people you were dealing with are entangled with, and then they take you to court or anything. You gotta prove those things. You have those are your hard copy. Those are your facts. So it's never easy. So when you've been in those situations, then you will realize that That's when you learn to sweat. Some people say, I don't sweat. Then you're going to learn to sweat. And then when you go to court, you think judge play with you? You better sit up properly. They tell you how you to drink. You better sit up properly. You think you can act like, people, it's not easy. It's not easy when you have to go through those things. I remember I will say this online. What I said in the court was when the lawyers start laughing. I'm a trip man. I'm telling you, the lawyers start laughing. I said something in court, but I won't say it on here. And the lawyers start laughing. I said they go take me to court before they take blank blank. But thank God for humor. I'm telling you, humor get you out sometime. I ain't gonna lie. He said there has to be some nice ladies left to teach me. There are plenty of nice people in this world. Everywhere you go, nice people in there. Just you gotta sieve, get a sieve and sieve through. You must know what you're looking for. That's first and foremost. Know what you're looking for in people. I know it for yourself. Don't just know it by others. Know what you're looking for in somebody. That's very important. When you know what you're looking for in somebody, it's easier for you to find what you're looking for. But if he says, she say, then you're only going with their opinion. But what about your opinion? What about your knowledge? What about your understanding? You have to perceive what you're looking for, or the world around you for what you're looking for. You know what I mean? You don't just go. You don't just go because somebody said this or somebody said that. Go and see for yourself. That's the only way you can draw a conclusion. And sometimes you don't get no conclusion, but because the bitter taste of something in your head is what you run with. So now you're being blacked out. You're being brainwashed so you can't see clearly. You know what? Here it says I can't see clear, but I'm telling you guys, if you do any rent or anything, my heart goes out to anybody. And that's why I always say, you know what? I can't say a lot of stuff what I really want to say now, but when I can, I will. Because people need to be understanding. Knowing your right is one thing when you come onto these things. And even if you're renting and you're in a good standing now, somebody else could take over and they could be doing some things that is not so wonderful. And who gonna pay the price, right? You. You gonna pay the price because they gonna try to cross their eyes and dot their T in their wrongs. So you could be the wrong one. So if you're not keeping up with your receipts and anything, you gonna be in trouble. And it's not just receipt in Selena. Big shout out to Australia in the house. What time is it in Australia right now? I'm doing good, my dear. I'm doing good, giving God thanks. So that's why when I came home today, I was so drained, family. I was straight drained. I went because outside is really cold. And then down where I had to go today to go rectify this stuff, the waterfront is there, and this when it cold hit, even though I have a thing over my head, but I probably need a whole mask just left my eyes out because when the cold hit right here, I'm telling you, just about to head out. Just wanted to send you some love, manners, and respect to everyone who stopped by. And if you have to leave, have a good night. To God be the glory, great things He has done. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate all of you. Okay, and I'm telling you, and then the poor little kids, I had to drag them with me. Like a mother hen and the chicken running behind her. I'm telling you. And things are going to get tougher now. So know your rights in any situation you find yourself in. In a lot of things, I won't go into no details in anything, but I'm just going to say this off this surface. Know your rights in whatever situation you may encounter. If you don't know your right, start reaching out to people who know these things. Don't be afraid. Cut the pride out because pride ain't gonna help you when you have to be dragged in the mud. Know your rights about this thing. Call it string right. You put it. Yeah, because you having fun in Australia, and I'm over here like, okay, okay. Thank you so much, Selena. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. Have a blessed night over there. Enjoy the weather for all of us that are living in it. Well, a lot of states down there didn't get the cold are getting it now. You know, but I want to say this: know your rights in anything you're gonna get yourself into. And a lot of us have smartphones. And I will tell a lot of us, some of us don't use the smartphone to do the right thing. We use the smartphone to do the wrong thing. Use the smartphone wisely. Thanks to AI now, when you go on Google and type in anything, it is coming up to show you things you need to know. Even if it's not say factual information, but at least it is just suggestion or guidance to help you. That mean if you go to this step or this next step, then you can feel comfortable when somebody explaining certain things to you. Now you say, oh, yes, Casey Inspirational. Say catch you tomorrow, my dear. Have a bless. Thank you so much, Casey Inspirational. And I love your how you do your motivational stuff to uplift people. I love that. Thank you so much. Blessings to you, all right? And blessings to everyone too. Thank you so much. We are unique in our own way, rights and differences. But I'm telling you, man, know your rights in anything you're gonna go through. Know your rights. Because if you don't know your rights, that's when people drag you in the mud. And then you will be dragged in the mud, but you will be drag in the mud for sure. And then one of the thing I'm learning too, these people that are building wrongful things against others, like in when it comes to rent and all these things, when they take you to court, even though they're building a negative profile against you because you're paying your bills. If you're paying your bills, I'm not talking the one not paying their bills. That's a different scenario. I'm talking the people that are paying their bills and these people not doing their job. They still want to drag you in the mud. Also, they themselves are being dragged in the mud because you know why? They took you to court. So even if you go and you win the case, if something should arrive again with somebody else with their business again, and somebody else decide to take them further along the way, all that they did to previous tenants also will also come back and be backfired in their face. And now that's when you will be under investigation because of the amount of time you drag people, tenants, into court wrongfully because you weren't dotting your I's and you weren't crossing your T. Mind you, we are not perfect. That's number one. But I would all want to say to all these landlords, I know you're running multiple businesses or anything. It's kind of hard sometimes. But if you pay people to do your job, when it come on to these things that can be seriously detrimental to people, livelihood, it can cause frustration. I've seen people over here, they're about to get evicted and they go blow their house up, burn the house down, do all these negative things. You don't want that. So you don't do treat people bad. What you do before you, I would say, suggest the landlord, what you do before you say you're going to take people to court, especially if you're running a big organization. Get your team to vet these things properly. Make sure you have all the added receipt. Reach out to the tenant and make sure that find out from the tenant if they had their receipt for that month that you don't think they had paid you for. So that way everybody say, can you bring that month receipt because I think I misplaced it or something. You know what I mean? To see if we have these documents so we can know that okay, yes, this person have this before you take somebody name to court. Because even though a person might win the case or something, you still got to remember that it's still in the court of law because that's a profile you just build against somebody. Even though it might be thrown out, but the documents are not, they're still there. They tuck away into some boxes, into whatever storage unit they have. Because if something come up again, they need to know that they have your profile. They go there and they pick up your profile. And they say, oh, in 2023 or 2024 you were here because of blah blah blah, you had won that blah blah blah, or you didn't do this blank blank blank. Now you come back again, this is happening now, no blah blah blah. And then they can start to look into those things in those kind of in pattern, because now it will become a pattern. When one housing failed to do the proper due diligence to the tenant that they're renting to and everything, it will become a pattern sooner or later, and those people will start being investigated because it's going to become a pattern. Because every time you have to take somebody from that department and go there, and then you fail to properly dot your I's and cross the T, you're building a profile not only against the tenant, but you're also building a profile against you. And even though whether you come up victorious now, but the next time the tenant come up victorious, it's still there. Nothing leaves the courthouse. It's still there. They might have it tucked away, but nothing leaves. Nowhere you go, nothing leaves. Right now, the way they have the system so connected, if I if I don't take my son to the doctor or anything, the school can look in their credential or whatever and said, oh, we, especially if you give them permission and check on a lot of things that you would not be knowing. A lot of things are connected. A lot of build in businesses are what do they call it now? Organization that are out there are connected. So it's just easy transfer of information. And you see what's clearly happening when a lot of things get breached. What they have to do, reach out to you guys and tell you about these things. That means if you have to put it added security on your information, like your banking information and stuff like that, your emails and stuff like that, to proper protect yourself. Why are they doing that? Because a lot of things are connected. You tell them something, all they need to know is your date of birth and your name and son, and pull these things up and figure out what is going on. So you have to be careful. And these landlords too, I would suggest, because even in court I told her, I said, landlords should have done better before they just drag somebody to court. Find out to make sure that these people were not late or were not late or was paying their rent before you drag somebody to court. Because think about it. You're building a profile against somebody, but you're also building one against yourself. Because you might get away with this, but the next person coming, you're not going to get away with. And then this person coming again, that tenant might not get away with anything either, especially if they're lying. But if they're not lying or something, now you're building a bad reputation against you as a landlord. And that's why you hear a lot of people say slum landlord. They're not saying you're a slum because they want to, but because of the things you fail to do. So, because you have good landlords out there. I had one and he passed away. May his soul rest in peace. He passed away during COVID. Man, he was the sweetest person, man, I'm telling you. But, it just goes to show that I big up to the good landlords out there who are dotting their eyes and crossing their teeth. Whether you're running multiple business, multiple this, multiple that, but you still have those people that are doing their job effectively. Okay, anybody can do a job, but the $1 million question is, are you effective in what you're doing? Any job at all. You gotta take your job serious. You want a paycheck, but you still gotta take your job serious. You gotta put the work in, because it's embarrassing people and it's stressful. If you never go to court for it with landlord anytime, I can tell you it is stressful. And one of the things I learned too, when you go into court, you better make sure you're there early, because that can work in your favor. In a lot of stuff, you show up late and then it will work in the landlord favor. They tell it to you on the teleprompter that was there. I think I have a book that I had jot down some stuff when it come on to tenant landlord stuff. Let me jot these 6 points down. Hold on, I had jot something down. Hold on for me. Let me give you these 6 points that I have learned here, because I never have to be in this situation before. So let me just give you the 6 pointers. Let me see if I have them right here. Okay, so they say notice of rights. One, you have a right to attorney. It could be your attorney or the legal aid. That's one. To get assistance or guidance in anything. To represent you. Two, place where your case will be heard. You have the right for that as well. So for example, let's say you're in Detroit and the landlord have the case in another place. You have the right to say you need it to be heard in Detroit. Yes, that's one of your rights. Second one, you have a right to a jury trial, and I'm talking notice of right. You have the right to a jury trial. You can demand a jury trial 5 days of 5 days. You have to do it 5 days ahead, and you pay a $50 fee, depending. And you can have a waiver as well, and then you won't have to pay the $50 fee. The fourth one is rental and other housing assistance. You have the right to a rental and other housing assistance. And a matter of fact, when a landlord take you to court, they have to give you when they take you to court, they have to give you this resource. So depending on the area in which you live, it attached to the court document that is sent to you to go to court. Yes, that is attached to it. I have written some information on mine, so I can show it to you. Yes, I would have showed it to you. But one time you go, I probably can show you this part. Hold on. So when you go, you have when they send you the letter to the courthouse, they have to attach one of these to it, depending on the area in which you live. That means that is giving you resources of where to go to get help if you need one. When you finish, I am going good. I'm gonna get off these phone. Yes, auntie. But if you have to leave, auntie, that's fine. Because I know you have stuff to do and everything. Anybody, if you have to leave, that's fine. Because the information will always be out if you know anybody need these things. I'm just reading out the rights and stuff here. And then the fifth one is reaching an agreement outside of the court. You, in order to reach, I remember when I was telling you that one where when the landlord said, "Oh no, they already take care of stuff or so," but that is called reaching an agreement outside of court. In a beauty blessing lifestyle, blessings to you. So you'd have to go to the I think it called in my state, you call the state that I'm in, along with the government slash CDRP, and then you go on there. But in court, you will hear all of these information that they had reached an agreement, or your lawyer can tell you. Once you have a lawyer, they will tell you. So then you will have to show up to the next court date because you reach a resolution. You squash it. You don't go further. Another one is conditional dismissal. The court must provide you with this information and or where to find it. So that's another thing. So those are the 6 notice of right. Because I go there early, so I was able to jot down these information. So those are the notice of rights there. So in any landlord situation, no matter if you high this, high that, low that, they must have those things there for you. You know. So and they had put a lot of stuff, but I couldn't write out a lot of stuff. And then they did. I couldn't write a lot of stuff out, but that was that. That's the right. So it was 6 rights, 6 of them. You know, conditional dismissal where they dismiss it, but the court have to tell you where to go find it. As I suggest, that means you and the landlord come to a resolution. So that means you don't go to the court, because if you go to the court now, this will be determined to say if you pay the rent that they say you owe. If you don't have evidence, you'd have to end up pay that rent or something, and then you can also, if you don't pay, maybe you can be evicted. But I did not go to that part, so I wouldn't know what that part entailed when other people went, because I didn't go. And I had a lady friend that went, but she texted me and she said, because she had my number, she texted me and she said, "Oh, you weren't in court." I said, "No, because mine was resolved and everything. And if I didn't state to the attorney what they had said to me when I called them that day when they sent that notice, maybe I would have to still show up into court." And I showed that to the attorney as well as the ledgers from the department that you pay the money over the years, over the years or months you live here. Yes, you get a ledger and everything. And please keep all the docket you receive. Don't just sit there and say, "Oh, I'm working and I'm paying my bill faithfully." I was working and paying my bill faithfully. So nothing have respect of nobody nowadays. But you can have it for yourself. Stand up for yourself. And that's why you said you have silence, and silence can use in many different ways. It depends on you have to know when to use silence. If your life is in danger, and you have to just keep praying to God and whisper to God so you don't irritate the person, because sometimes people irritable when time they're trying to hold you hostage or against your will or anything. They can be irritable. So if you know they're irritable or something, then you use your silence. But in this situation, do not use your silence, because it's not going to benefit you. When you come onto these kind of things, it's not going to benefit you. You have to let your lawyer know. You have to reach out to these people and talk to them. You know, talk to these people. And if your landlord don't give you anything in writing to say they dismiss the case, still show up to court. Because if I didn't show up, I would be in trouble. And that lady, if I didn't call that lady, man, I'm telling you. And if I did, and reach out to legal aid. Sometimes we're scared about these things, but reach out. Gotta find a lawyer. Depending on how your bracket of life stay. Reach out to a lawyer. You rather you spend to gain than don't spend and lose everything. Because then you're gonna lose your mind. You're gonna be stressed out. You're gonna be exhausted. You're gonna be drained. Drained now, but at least you get the help you need. And remember, family, please do not judge anyone when they're in situations. Do not look at people and say, "Oh, this person, this." Don't do that because you never know when something will knock at your door. You never know. Keep a positive mind frame when you see others are going through stuff. When they share what they're going through, even if somebody about to be evicted outside, and even if they don't tell you exactly that they're about to be evicted outside, but they say they might have to do this or might have to do that, please don't judge. Rather, try to help if you can. And help doesn't mean you have to help people financially. It means that you give a lending hand, you support, you're praying for them, you're asking God for direction, you're asking God to bless these people so they don't have to be on the street. You're asking God so that somebody can provide a shelter for them so they don't have to live in their car and they don't have to live unless they choose to. Because you have a lot of people who just tired and say, you know what, enough. I told you guys, when I went to the tree lighting last year, I saw a lady and her two boys. They were boys. And I'm a woman with my two boys. She was literally on the side of the street and it was so cold. Spread her bed up on the side of the street. And I remember this white man stopped at her feet, and she was a black lady too. And the man stopped at her feet and she said, "Man, why are you here with your two young son?" They probably a little bit older than my children, probably about 8 or 9 or somewhere around there. And a lady was there, and you could tell the frustration in her voice. And knowing that they had taken me to court the month before, I felt it. I know where she's coming from. She said, "I'm tired of this." Is how she was talking to the man. She said, "I'm tired of this place. Every time you rent this place, I go to this place. They say you're not doing this. They say they this. And even when you do what they ask you to do, they still say you're this and you're that." And I could relate in some form, not all form, but I could relate. When you had enough, you might as well just live on the street because you're tired. And I was passing by, and I remember while I was passing by, I was praying. I was praying, and I was happy my two children were with me that day. And I said to them, that could have been us. That could have been us. And that's why I tell myself, I say, God, any day I get this platform where it need to be, or find a different road, not just this platform alone, but whatever I'm doing outside of this platform, I want to be able to help because the needs are out there. I have a lot of things that I'm thinking of, and I'm taking note. I'm taking note. I'm paying attention because these gotta stop. That lady was literally on the road with her kids. Anything could have happened to her and her little boys. I'm walking around with my two little boys, and I felt it for her because I was just dragged into court. So, and I remember I was thinking those things. Even me and my son, I think we were telling this story about. I think sometimes if you don't have children and you don't have to rent a place, and you could just get a big vehicle or so forth to live in. Me and my kids were actually looking at renting. We were looking at RSVs, and some of them are pretty affordable depending on the years. And they had 3 bedroom RSV, they had 2 bedroom, and I actually subscribed to the channel just to watch it. And my kid said, Ma, let's move out of here and get one. And I said, son, I wish. Not right now, son. Because you're just looking for peace of mind. So my heart goes out to anybody out there that are in any situation. I don't care what situation you're in any situation. My heart goes out to you, and I ask that you will find strength to your communities that you're in. Even sometimes they might say something to you, you don't like it, but remember, I like to say, laugh after me now, but at least I am getting the help that I need. So whatever help you need resources, you need anything. Let people look at you because sooner or later, I've seen so many people that people look down on over the year. Miss Simi V, greetings. How are you, Miss Simi V? How are you? Greetings, Auntie. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. I've seen so many people that have been done with so many wrongs, and I've seen myself in it. So my heart goes out to you guys. If you're out there, it doesn't matter what, even if you don't know where you're going to move to or anything, my heart goes out to you guys. Because when you've been into have you ever heard somebody say, I've been to near death? They know what that is because they've been somewhere. So those persons don't just use those terms. But when you know where you're going through in life, what you have been through in life, you know. I was listening to somebody live last night, and I was reading the comment that they were putting, and they said, the person was saying that I know where God brought me from. So the judgment call and everything unnecessary. Totally. So make sure you put God first in everything you guys are doing. Find the community that you can reach out to, a friend, a good friend, and everything. So that is, Miss Simi say, I am not okay that good, but I am blessed to be here, though. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Yes, we have to be blessed to be here. You know what I mean? We're going through it. So if anybody out there, you're going through stuff, find the resources that are out there. People will mock you sometimes, people will belittle you, people will embarrass you, but through those persons, God is preparing a table before you in the presence of your enemies. He'll always prepare that table in the presence of your enemies. I gone were the days you embarrassed to the point where you don't even want to talk about what you're going through. You talk about this thing, you'll be surprised to know what somebody else was going through. And as I like to say, you don't have to go in great details, but just enough details to kind of guide somebody along the way. You know what I mean? Nobody don't have to hear everything that is in great details. Yes, Miss Cynthia, keep the faith. We have to. Whatever you're going through, please. Staying strong is good, but you need the community to also be around you to tell you you're not alone. You're not alone. We go through things every day. Because this morning I know the letter was coming, but I thought it was just going to be an adjustment of something, not to hear that, oh, I owe rent. Because anybody know me. And I told you guys, when I can share great details about a lot of stuff, I will, because I know it will benefit others. I know. You see, I stayed off the media and just post my videos until I'm kind of okay. Yes, I will always have faith. Yes, Miss Simi, whatever we have to do to take care of our mental health, our life, and stuff like that, the internet not running away. But we have to take a step back sometime to rejuvenate so we can come back bigger, better, and stronger and take care of the stuff that is like today. None of this was planned for me to do none of this. It just happened. You know what I mean? And life, you have to, when I was going to school, I learned expect the unexpected. Because they're out there, they're coming. You might see somebody else's situation now, but you don't know what's going to happen to you. It's like when we go to funerals and we watch somebody lay there lifeless. You see how they go because they lay there, but you don't know how you gonna lay, because when you done, there's nothing else. And that's why we have to be very careful that when people are going through a turmoil in their life, and, everything, we show some empathy, we show some sympathy, because you never know when knock knock. You never know. This world is unpredictable, especially what we see going on now. It is very unpredictable. But that doesn't mean people are not out there standing there to wait. They're not waiting on you. They're out there, but you gotta seek. As the Bible says, you gotta seek to find, you gotta knock so it can open unto you. You understand? So we have to be out there. Missy Movie. Sometimes when stuff go on, I don't like talking to anyone. It seems like I am going to a dark place and I just put my head down. Well, you know what? As I said, silence can be in different situations, depending on how you need to cope. Because that's a coping mechanism you have there, that it could be good for you, but it might not be good for somebody else. But that does not mean that we must be judgmental. Everybody cope with different situation, deal with things differently. Me, I will go with music. I like music. I will go with writing. I'll go with cleaning up, doing a lot of stuff outside of that and talking. Everybody else is not the same. But that does not mean that when somebody is going through something, we reach out and see if they're okay. Because all people need sometimes is reassurance. And reassurance, it does not mean finances. It means that you reach out to these people and say, hey, I've never seen you in a while. I haven't heard from you. Are you okay? You know what I mean? You don't want to question them about what they're going through. You want to give them a safe place to understand that you are not alone. Everybody going through stuff. It may be different on your end, but that doesn't mean you're not going through stuff. Sometimes just the hustle and the bustle of life every day can overwhelm you. Sometimes just even like we as content creators, we're on YouTube and we're trying to get our watch hours. Some of us are trying to get our subscribers. Some of us are working on our watch hours, and it can be draining at times and it can be overwhelming. Even like today when I came in and I know I was going to lay down or something, one of the things I had to do was I create some videos that you see there, and I had set the time to post them. So I was asleep. So when you see those videos, I'm not on the internet, I'm asleep. But it just goes to show we all go through something. People working tirelessly day in, day out just to be monetized and to get their subscribers, as also dealing with what's behind the scene. I like to say what's behind the scene, the junk that you have when you close the camera down and nobody looking in your face, or in Jamaica they would say nobody looking in your quarters. You alone. Sometimes you start to sob. I have a sob in a good while because I'm trying to be strong, and my kids, I don't, it's just me and them. So sometimes when things are going on, I rather, find something else that keep me busy and occupied, whether through reading, talking, or reach out. I have this one lady friend that I can call and check upon, and we do it with each other to see how things are going. You know what I mean? So find a support system, guys. As well, I was reading about the power of resilience, and one of those things were in there, support system and all these things. So go look back, or you can even Google it yourself. Hey, I have it right there. As soon as you Google it, AI popped up. You know, just and sometimes it's just silence. Silence. Mr. MV said, cleaning, being alone, watching funny movies will make me feel more better, or actually talking to someone in person that understand will help me, but I just don't want to fail my kids at all. Yes, yes, man. And when the kids are involved, when anybody have children know these things. Even if you haven't been in my shoes or Miss Simivi's shoes, for example, but you still been in something that that could have been, you're looking at your kids and you say, if it weren't for the kids, or if it weren't for this, or it weren't for that. But guess what? We got to remember who God is. It's for him to put us here. He said he give his strongest soldiers his battles to fight. So he made no mistake when he made us. He made no mistake. Who made the mistake? We are making the mistake. you know. But I'm encourage everybody, please don't knock on nobody's door and judge them or anything, because you don't know what people are going through and you don't know when it's your turn. Everybody have a number to be called. We don't know when our number gonna be called. We see somebody else number call. You might call in our wrong way because of the things we do and how things are happening, but that doesn't mean you must judge those person. Pray for them. And we have a lot of prayer warriors out here. I've been watching a lot of YouTubers, and they are prayer warriors. Don't get caught up in the situation of the way they call it, the unjust or the ungodly. Please stay true to your Jesus, because the ungodly people, like when I mean ungodly, we have to give our life to Jesus, set our soul. That's what I meant. Are out there and we are depending on a lot of you. You might not think we're depending on you because of what we do or whatever. That's our life. But if you guys are out there, you're prayer warriors, stick together and go in prayer to let God know that, hey, we need to get back our people. We need to get them back in line. You know what I mean? And that's why God made us. He made everybody different, so that when somebody falling off, somebody over here, and they say when I fall, somebody over here to pick me up. You know what I mean? When you rise, somebody gonna be there to rise with you. You know what I mean? When you fall and you think you're alone, somebody will be there. You know? I grew up and hear a lot of stories, and then sometimes we reject these people because we think they can't help us. because we're upset at the moment. And I think when somebody is upset too, you have to give them that platform to just breathe. If they want to just vent, let them vent. That platform is very important when somebody is venting, because I know a lot of times somebody may be venting and venting wrong, but they're venting. You have to know these signs, and that's why it's good when you take mental health courses, because that kind of give you an insight of how to do things. Even when you go through therapy yourself, you learn a thing or two that before your sharp lip would have said, why is this person so rude, why is this person this, why is this person that. But when you learn these things, you are better able to be more grounded, not just as a human being, but more spiritually inclined to understand these things, to see these things, to identify these things, to learn these. And that's why education is always giving you the time to learn and grow and strengthen and develop. Because if with prayer warriors, trust me, you guys are out there, and I know a lot of you out there are prayer warriors. I know a lot of you out there prayer, whatever you guys are going through. Like recently, I'm trying to search for this young lady here. I haven't seen her in a while. You're welcome, Miss Simidi. Whatever you're going through, Miss Simidi, God got you. If you have to take a moment for your silence or so, your peace is important. Well, however you know, however you do the thing to find ways to cope, your peace of mind is important. You don't owe anybody nothing, so you don't have to explain anything. You do whatever you're going through, God got you, and just stay true to yourself, in the midst of it. Because I was saying the other night that sometimes you want to get out of a situation, but you can't get out because you can't figure out how to get out. But within that negative thought that you're having, if you can find the good inside of it, within that bad, you can find the good in there. Because even though it's just like when they talk about subject and predicate, you have the subject and you have the predicate that build up the subject. If you remove the subject, then all you have is just a predicate, empty, blank. But if you have the subject and the predicate, then you make it balance. So in life, you just have to learn to pick from it. And they even in English class, when we learn English, then they taught you how to pick these things out, how to identify the verb, subject, verbs, agreement. You see all these things, how you can dissect things. We have to learn that too. We can't just put everybody in one box, because you don't know what people going through internally. You don't know what people going through externally. Sometimes you see a veneer, a layer of skin over us, and you don't know what we're going through. Sometimes it's just all a persona, but for me, it's like I say, what you see is what you get. Because by the end of the day, gone were the days they just be quiet and silent. And no, only silent when it's necessary to protect your peace, protect your life, and all these things. And when I mean silent, doesn't mean you must not be praying. Dear Jesus, guide me and protect me. Please send the help I need. I'm on here. I'm around here. I'm in dire need of. I'm urgently in need. Cause you don't want to talk too much if if you're in a situation. Next thing somebody knock you out point blank cold. Gotta be careful. You know what I mean? So you gotta know. Missy V say, yes, Queen, yes. Just me. Just still smile when I am out or playing the game. That's another thing. And that makes me happy too. Nobody would never know what I am when I'm down, because I don't show it. Yes, yes. But if you have your good support system, yes, you let them know, because they can help you get out that mind frame, because our mind is a powerful thing. This mind of ours, it's very powerful. Our mind, if we use our mind to do the right thing, it's very powerful. The same way we can use it to do negative things or think negative things, this mind, if we put it out there to do the right thing, I'm telling you, it's very powerful. It is so powerful to the point where when you look and see all these things that we are doing, people are being so creative, people are being so adventurous, people are just doing things that some of the things you never seen before, because we had a creative mind. And sometimes we're so creative, but we're in environment that we've been shut up, we've been closed in, we've been boxed in. We don't get to be ourselves. And when you have to be boxed in and you don't get to be yourself, then you don't need to be there. When you can't use your voice, you don't need to be there. Gone were the days. Use your voice. If you can't use your voice, you need to exit. You say you don't know where you're going. Trust me, God knows where you're going. But He wants you to take that leap of faith. He want to take the next step. And many of the time I can speak for myself. First time I used to say, "Oh, I can't do this." And I remember I talked to this lady and she said, "Well, closed mouth don't get fed." She always tell me, "Closed mouth don't get fed." She called me by my name because she know my name. She said, "Closed mouth do not get fed." I'm telling you, I only can guide you and help you. But if you don't want the help for yourself, I can't feed you no more. And feed doesn't mean you go out there and buy me food. It's just guys making suggestion and trying to give me guidance and direction, especially if you don't know, you're not fluent in a lot of things around you that is happening to you. You know what I mean? Closed mouth don't get fed. And if you're somewhere and it's toxic and everything, it's time to go. Today I catch up with a young man. I told him I want to do an interview with him one of these time. I caught up with him because when I had my last son, I used to go to a park, and one day he was there with his daughter. He have a little daughter at the time. I think the daughter was like maybe 3 or 2 at the time. And my boys were young at the time too. And I went to the park and we were going through a rough patch in our life. We're going through a rough patch, guys. And that young man, he's young though. I think he's younger than me too. And he had a child, but he was so smart and intelligent, guys. And then every time we go to the park, we exchange number. We go to the park and meet up so all the kids could play around. Just a nice, like a peaceful park. It wasn't a lot of people there. And one day he called me and he said, "If you don't mind, I know I have a cousin." I think he said a cousin or a son, he said. And we used to buy a lot of clothes and shoes for him, but he outgrow them. I was looking for somebody to give these things, so I don't know if he would have take them. He said they're fairly new and everything. And at the time I was down, you know. I was down, I ain't gonna lie. What you think? You know. And he come and he gave those things to me. And I remember the other day I was putting up some shoes for my kids when I get the shoes bags, and I saw one of the shoes, and I told my son used to say, we call them the Park family. That's how we name people. If we meet you at the park, we say Park family, so we know where to meet you, where we met you. So anywhere we meet you and we have to exchange your number, we save your name as where we met you. So we call put your name there, but we could put you as the Park family. And today I was going through my phone and I was sketching up back. You know, I clean my phone all the time. You might not know that, but I could go through numbers, call them. If they don't work no more, then they out. You know what I mean? We don't store garbage, they go out, you know. And I call and the person didn't answer, but the person called me. And I say, "Hey, Park family, how are you?" And we talking and everything. And he said he was at the hospital with one of his daughter and so and so. And he said, "Oh my God, thank you for remembering us and everything." And it just goes to show how God is good. God put people in your way when you least expect them. Cause we were just at the park, you know, with me and my kids. I always take them there, you know, and everything. So one of these days, he said, when in the summer, he said, we go meet up at the park and stuff. So when he meet up, I told him we're gonna do an interview. He said he don't mind. He will do the interviews and everything. So we will meet up in the summertime. He said one of these summer, and we can do the interview and everything. Because I'm telling you, God put people in your way sometime for you will think that he put them there for a long time. People are meant to come in your life, maybe long term, short term, or medium term. And we got to learn these things. Long term, short term, or medium term. It's like you have a goal. What are your short term goal? What are your medium goal? What are your long term goal? Everybody not gonna be in your life forever. But that doesn't mean you must build a negative profile against them, because that have nothing to do with you nor them. Because you don't know what people going through outside of this world when they have to deal with something internally, something that people haven't shared with you, like their personal life. You know what I mean? So we have to be mindful. You know, like if I can't tell you this story, but I'm just gonna give you a synopsis of so. If I tell you a story about something, no, let's leave it because I don't want to get into it and then no, let's leave it. When I can share a lot of things to you guys, as I said, I will. Okay, I will. But for right now, all you guys need to do, don't knock on nobody's door because they're doing this or they're doing that. You pray for them. You ask God for redirection, because that could have been you. You know, that could have been you. People are going through things daily right now, with even the fire that recently happened, and a lot of people we watch on our TV, like me watch Mattis on my TV in General Hospital, and see he lost his house and everything, but he was so considerate about other people that even worse than him because he's still making movie, he's still getting money coming in, he still have income coming in. So all is not lost for him. But think about the man that having a 9 to 5, all is lost for that person. Don't know their bedhead, they stressed out, they can't figure it out yet, you know. Ignite now, how are you? How are you doing? Greetings, thank you for gracing the stage. You know what I mean? You don't know what these people are going through. So now is not the time for us to be um tearing people apart. This is time for us to say that let's go make some music, let's go write some poetry, let's go write some songs, whatever. Let's be creative. Let's do this. You're building your character. You're building your brand. And whatever it takes to build your brand, you have to do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Do what is best for you. Don't just look at other people and you say, oh, this, that. Listen, this is not the time for it. This is 2025. If we don't wake up and smell the coffee, we're gonna be in deep trouble. We gotta learn to wake up and do what we need to do. I don't care if you don't drink coffee. That's what we grew up on. We better learn to smell the coffee. I don't know what that means up till this blessed day, but from I was growing up as a little girl, I heard we better learn to smell the coffee. Because by the end of the day, the roller coaster part that we are gonna be on, you never know what's gonna happen. You never know. And I will also suggest to people when people are going through stuff, just give a listening ears. Don't be mean. Don't be rude or anything. Even if people is not your kickle of fish, cut it out. Because we're so, I talk about these things last year, that we're so quick to jump on the negativity than how we are quick to jump on the positivity. And I've seen a lot of these things. It's like piggybacking. A lot of these things. As soon as somebody don't sit well with you, you just piggyback in and you just tearing the person down. And to be honest, the person don't see you. Because the person dealing with their problem. Their problem. They may be venting about somebody in person or venting about somebody. They don't even know. Let them vent. They must know what they saw that didn't digest well with them or anything for them, cause them to be vent. Let them vent. Because you don't know when you gonna be venting. You're a human being. What you think? They are metal and you are human? Metal don't vent. If you knock at the metal, you're gonna hear sound. Ding. You're gonna hear a ding, right? Because you knock on it, right? You just hurt him. Ding. I tell the story all the time. I go on the C-section thing and I felt them cutting me twice. And as much as I was so drugged up with the medicine, I go, and he said, no, 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 no. You gotta go to bed. The woman was still cutting me, but the man doctor was the one who was standing over my head, like, because they put you to sleep, dead in the body. And they were still cutting me with that knife, and I could have feel it. I felt it. And the first time I jumped, and the lady probably think of pain I was in, probably. That's the only thing I can think. And that's the only thing I remember of having a C-section. The cut, feeling somebody, saka. So we have to be very careful. You don't know what people going through. You don't know what turmoil or anything they're going, whatever roller coaster they're on. So please, people, don't judge. Pray for people. We're living in a world now where a lot of things we see, the wrongs are being rewritten from the head down. The wrongs are being rewritten. So can you imagine what the tale is about to do? Because if the wrongs are being written, imagine what the tale is about to do. You don't know yet. But what you can do is pray. We jump quick on negativity, but we need to drift away from that. You know, if you're going to talk about the negativity and try to put solution within the negativity, fine. But if you're just talking, empty talking, it's not going to work. You have to find solution. If you identify this problem or something and then you're finding solution to help, how could that person come back from what that person was going through or something? That's different. But if you're just going to jump on negativity and just contribute to negativity, you're just as empty as the person venting, because you're going over the same thing that that person was venting about. But if you're talking about it and finding solution, that is different. because now that person will be listening and hearing you talking about the solution, that these are some suggestions that they could have used to help themselves, or we're praying for them to use to cope, use to develop, use to strengthen. But day in, day out, people, we're struggling. So don't get caught up in negativity because it's easy. I remember I used to be at this school and the principal said once, she had a meeting once because I don't know what was being said. And she called us in the hallway and she had a meeting. And this resonated with me till this day. She said, stop let people dump their garbage on you. She said, cut it out. I said, not because somebody don't like this person over here. Doesn't mean you must go over here and build an animosity with that person. See for yourself, because sometimes people don't like people and they will do anything to be into to get people out their way so they can tear them down further. And that's how a lot of people falter to the ground, because you consume so many negativity. And who be in the end of it? You think it's the person who built that profile? No, it's you, the followers. Followers get in trouble because it takes so long to get to the head sometimes that by the time they get to the head is gone. And you, the followers, left running by like this. Because they have to deal with you, because they have to catch you guys first and deal with it. So you got to have a mind of your own. You want peace, you got to create that peace. And when you hear somebody venting and through their garbage, you can learn to say, you know what, I don't want these things in my life. So I'm going to speak positiveness over my life. Because when people share in their life, you got to remember, you are learning from them. Because you could have seen things in you that you never even share publicly. And you're learning to say, you know what, I'm happy that this person was venting, because now I could say that I have some of these bad ways in me that I need to run them out of me. I need to erase them. I need to eject them out of me. CD no longer running, so I don't need to put it in no CD player no more. I need to eject it. I need to let it go. As a kid, I wanted to write music. Always want to write music. Anybody know me as a kid? Always want to write music. A matter of fact, we always been school in a group, but always rapping and trying to do this and do that. But now, the more I get up, sometimes I just get something in my mind and I just turn the phone on and just start recording myself. And so you never know. One day we could, by doing that, one day I could start crafting my craft much better, and then start progress into something more beautiful in abundance, to the point where I can start help people, help a lot. You won't be able to help everybody because it's not easy to reach so many, but because of love, because of kindness, because of anything, we can reach them in different areas. Just with a word of encouragement, a word of support. So when people venting are going through stuff, don't jump on the negativity. Negativity sells, but it won't last forever. Only thing they said lasts in this world is salvation. Salvation lasts. And we need to catch up with our salvation, whatever that look like. And that's why I said, you see, to all the prayer warriors out there too, stay true to yourself. Don't get caught up, because when they said, when you are a leader, you have to go out there and go through the different communities, a lot of different things, even when they don't sit well with your spirit. But because God is leading in the right direction, He telling you to pray for these people. He's not telling you to judge. Who remember when they were out there and that woman was seeing their menses in the Bible and all these things, and how everybody was condemning her? Did God condemn her? So why are we mankind ready to condemn people, ready to write somebody out because Harry over here so don't like this person no more, or Pat over here have a problem with Harry over here? You jump on the wagon. That ain't gonna sell for long. Stay true to you, stay true to your brand, stay true to your purpose, and not to somebody else's purpose. You have to stay true to your purpose. Your benefit. What is it that can benefit you? What is it that you can use to uplift yourself? Even anybody go through university or colleges, we have to do research paper. That's a part of the exam that we have to do. We have to conduct a research. However, that research look like, whether it is a qualitative or research or whatever, every university use different things to do their research, whatever they want you to put it into. And in order to come to conclusion, you use the negative and you need the positive. You need the pros and the cons. And from there you have to decipher in between to see if the pros or the cons one way outnumber the other one. And that's how conclusion are drawn. That's how facts are made. This is how statistics comes about from just these things. Based on your finding, then you have recommendations. So I'm saying when you look at somebody doing negativity, point out the negativity can be good, but make sure you have some resolution towards those negativities that can help build somebody else. Even if this person is so toxic, they don't want to hear it because they're not seeing clearly, no, they're not thinking clearly, but they are going to pay attention. They will pay attention. Many times I talked to my son about stuff he did, and I thought he wasn't listening. And then shortly after, I saw he clapped back at me with what I said to him, and I opened my mouth. Why? Because I thought he wasn't listening. I thought he just take me for granted. So not because you're saying something and somebody don't say yes to you or something. I don't require nobody to say yes to me if you don't agree with something. We have our voice. Use it. But if you're gonna say no to something, find a solution as to why you say no. Saying yes to something is also explaining why you say yes to something. You notice some application you fill out if you say yes to something, they have a why question. Why did you say yes or why did you say no? You notice nowadays when you're filling out some application, pay attention. If you're filling out certain application, they start asking these why question now. So it would no longer does no flat like that. Nobody ain't do no those flat pita bread like that no more. They want to know, okay, if you said this didn't sit well with you, what kind of suggestion do you have to uplift this company or to for us to make adjustment? What are the recommendations? What are your suggestions? They don't use recommendation. Sometimes they use recommendation. They mostly use suggestion. What can you suggest that we could do better going forward if this was a pleasing to you or something? So they wanted to identify what didn't please you and then come up with a solution. So this is why I'm saying to people, when you have your knowledge and everything, don't just sit on something and just run with it. Find solution to help. Even if you're gonna say young people this, young people that, but why are you saying young people this? Ain't you were young once? Let people grow, help them find their way out of what they're in. Because as much as we grow up and we become adult or stuff, sometimes the back end story of us is not so good. But because we grown out of that and we grow out of these phases, then we become judgmental. Mm. Find solutions. That's the only way we're going to help somebody when they're negative. You find solution. Yes, you identify the problem, and then you're going to find solution to come up with. You're going to do your research because that person ain't doing none because they mad. If I'm mad over here, I ain't doing no research because I'm mad. But if I say something and you don't sit with you and you have my number, you can call me and say, oh, so and so. I remember when I was in Jamaica, I ran this race and I came on the news and I had a police officer friend at the time. And he used to run too. So it's not just having him as a police officer, but he used to run too. We all run together, everything. And I remember he was watching the news because I came on the news and he was watching the news. And while he was watching the news, because we were at the race, so he already know I had won the race. But he didn't saw when I did the interview because your winner come in first and then they take you and you go do interview if you win the race. And I remember he called me because he had my number and he called me. He was very professional, so he didn't play. And he called by my name and he said, girl, what kind of language was that? He said, learn to speak proper English because you're out there, people looking at you. I was just giving pure Creole. He didn't sit well with him at all. He did not sit well with him. And he called me and then he gave me some tips or something. And then I think I went back out the following week because I used to be very much consistent in Kingston. And I went back out the following week, and then I won another road race again, and I came on the news, and he was there vetting me. He was there and he called me and he said, the news is on. Sometimes I don't even know the news on because I was still going through college and stuff like that too. And he called me and he said, hey, the news is on, maybe on CVMR or TVJ. We had two stations, CVMR, TVJ. And he said, check, did you watch the sports since that? I said, no. And he said, check. And then he told me and he said, listen, you did an excellent job. You did deliver. So based on he was watching and he identified the problem and he gave me some tips of how to approach next time. Because I was growing up and I was just cool with my Creole and everything. And he said, no, you have to start make some adjustments. You know what I mean? And I had other people around me. So even though you might be doing something, that doesn't mean you're accurate in a lot of stuff. But when you have people around you that mean you're good, they want to see you excel, they want to see you shine and everything, they will guide you. Don't take their suggestion as being, why is this person suggesting me something and I didn't ask them? Yes, nobody asks nobody for nothing, but if these people care for you, they will give you suggestion. I've been on here and I see Auntie giving me suggestion. I see so many other people just make suggestion to me and everything. It's up to me to either take it or not take it, but I don't have to be rude. You see what I'm saying? And then the next time again, I came back and he was able to fit me and say, okay, this time it's good. You know what I mean? So we got to learn to understand life that if you're going to judge somebody based on what they said or anything, find solution. Because what he did was find solution to help me excel to the next level in terms of how I execute when I've been interviewed. And that resonate with me till this day. I've been to the embassy and I go there and they deny me a visa. First time I went to the embassy, they denied me with all my what they call it, accolades or credentials. They deny me. I've been there. Christopher Flash, how are you? Blessings, blessing. Welcome in the house. They deny me, but did I give up? No. Was I persistent? Yes. So the next time I went back there, I applied again, and I remember I called my girlfriend that her mom is about to lay to rest this Saturday, and I called her and I was talking to her, and she called me by my last name, and she said, "So you're planning to go back up there with the if statement?" Because I was saying, "What if blah blah blah?" Because when you feel something, you have that negative thought in you still, because you encountered it before, so that's still registered. That's the last registration you have in your head of your failure. You know what I mean? In that same area. So I was going back with the what if, and she said, "Oh, so you go just like this." She said it in Creole. "Oh, so you're going up there with the what if? You're not going up there to tell yourself that this is it. You want what is up there, and you're gonna get it. You're going up there with the if statement. Okay, go up there with that and see what happens. You're gonna come back with the same result. That means I'm going to come back with the same failure." And when she talked to me, when she said it to me, that I remember I was walking, I think somewhere downtown Kingston or somewhere there. I was walking and because I was in Kingston at the time and I was on the phone with her talking to her about some stuff I was doing, and she talked to me about, and I go home and start to look into things and what she had said to me and everything. And did you know when I went back that I think within that same year I went back and I got it, but this time it was the work and travel visa. So I got the work and travel visa. That's the J1 visa, the work and travel visa. And you get that one if you're in college or university, or you can work and travel while you're studying. So that's the one I got. And I went to the embassy. You have to dress appropriately too, and all these things. And then after that, I came over here. I was in Maine. I worked in Maine. Yes, I came over here, work in Maine, go back home, finish up my studies, and then I went back when I get back home and go apply again for the visa that they had denied me first. I went back and I applied, and when I applied this time, they did your fingerprint. You go through different windows. Anybody know the U.S. embassy in Jamaica? They know how it look like. Any embassy you go, you know how the process go. No matter if it's just Jamaica, but I'm just saying. And when I went back, this man, I didn't know, because me, when I go about my daily business, sometimes you'll be standing here, I don't know what color clothes you're in, because my purpose is not to look what you're wearing. My purpose is to get what is out there for me. And he said to me, "Oh, I seen you visiting up here pretty frequently. Okay. And he said, "Oh, that's good. I see your credential, blah blah blah." And they start, trying to interact with you a little bit. Well, not really interacting, but asking you some question and something. And he said, "Oh, I've seen that you had came up here, and they're telling you the day when you had come for the other visa, which was the J1 visa." And I said, "Yes, sir," and stuff like that. And then I had took part when I went to Maine. I had took part in a few road races in Maine while I was there. And then I was talking to them and everything. And he said, "Good luck." And then he asked me, "So what's brought you in here today?" And blah, 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 and stuff. And then he said, "How do you go to college?" They ask you all these things too. "How do you finance yourself while you're in college?" And I told him everything. And myself, I'm something else, people. I'm something else. They might ask me a question, and this is me. Well, this is me trying to be educated now. Educated dummy this time. This is me. And guys, you don't laugh in the embassy, right? Can you go about your business, right? Guys, I had this man tearing up. He said to me, "Okay, so," he was asking me, "How do I get into college? How do I finance?" Because they want to know these things because you're applying. So they want to make sure they know everything about you. So, and this is being well, unfortunately, I bust out laughing when I use the word wrongly. I'm like, what? Unfortunately. Man, your people behind you can hear everything because nothing is being hidden. Everybody can hear your business. That's one place to go. Everybody can hear your business. Anybody can see who, when you denied or anything, that was in there at the time while you were going in and everything. And I bust out laughing. I could not believe it. They said, "You go in the embassy and laugh?" I said, "Why not?" He asked you a question and you mess it up or whatever. And then he said, "Okay, okay, I understand." They don't laugh out loud, but me, I bust out laugh. I said, "Sorry." I said, "Sorry, I apologize." But I'm telling you, man, positivity wins every time. You hear me? Positivity, honesty, and being yourself wins every time. Don't go nowhere trying to be putting on this fake persona. It ain't gonna work. Because when all of that come off, people see the real you. You know what I mean? You gotta just be yourself. All these fake things ain't gonna work. Be yourself. Because some things that we wear, like hairs, nails, are so it just enhance our beauty. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean you require you to tear somebody down because you enhance and the person or not. Just enjoy life. You know what I mean? And I can't believe I used the word unfortunately. I wanted to say luckily, but this is me so well poised now. I'm foolish. That still stuck with me. That word, unfortunately, just talking about it, I remember that day. Unfortunately. Eh? Because I was telling him I got a scholarship to go to college. And I couldn't believe I hear say, "Well, unfortunately," you can imagine how you're well poisoned. You're gonna be up there foolish. I said, "Unfortunately." That was a day though, but that's my story. Doesn't mean your story gonna be like that. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying sometimes you can be prepared for something and too confident, and sometimes you can get out. You can mess up real bad. It don't take not much for you to mess up in life. You know what I mean? And that's why we always have to be on our P's and Q's and be very careful. Because it don't take nothing much for us to be messed up. But when you mess up and you caught yourself, it's better for you than when you messed up and not paying attention to yourself. Because I was able to get the back under control. And he said, "Okay, I understand." I said, "Sorry, sir. I mean, luckily." And I couldn't help but laugh. Even when I came out that day, I got the visa too, by the way. But even when I came out that day, guys, when I tell you, I laugh all the way. Even when I'm on the bus, that was my biggest day. It was no more about the visa. And then I went to Devon House that day, and I called my girlfriend. And then guess who I saw at Devon House that day? She passed away now, though. What was her name? She used to be at the road race giving. What's her name again? I'm picturing her now, but I can't remember her name. She used to come on Bashko. Anybody remember Bashko? Anybody from Jamaica remember Bashko? The shop that you shop more or whatever. With home goods and whatever. And she used to come on there with this I forgot their name. Oh my god, I don't remember all of these things. But she used to come on there and she was at Devon House that day. And she said, girl, what you doing up here? Because I know her through road race. You see, that's how you connect with people. I know her through that because she used to be there and they have her in the morning time, help talk and encourage and give her. She was cool and I tell her, God bless her heart. And I saw her at Devon House and we were sitting there and she said, do you mind me sit beside you? I'm waiting on a friend, but they have a commit and I'm not supposed to eat ice cream, but I'm gonna cheat and eat ice cream. And did you know that was the last time I see her? And then I came overseas right after, and then my girlfriend called me and tell me she passed away. She was a big celebrity back home in our country. Let me celebrity, popular on the TV. We know her. She give jokes and stuff, and she used to come on Bashko, the store that give you more. Anybody remember Bashko? Yes, everything. What was her name? I'm picturing her now, but I can't remember her name. But I'm telling you, man, and that day, she was full of laughter too. When I tell you, she was one of those persons have one of the brightest smile. If she was still alive, a lot of you would love her. Because then you could have, I think you could probably Google. I don't remember her name. She on Google, you could Google her, but I just don't remember her name. I just picturing her now. But I'm telling you, she had one of the brightest smile. She make you laugh so hard sometimes. So I was there tearing up with her. I was just there cracking up with her. But little did I know she was not gonna live longer. She said, "Girl, I'm telling you, I'm real sick, but you know, but I'm gonna cheat today, eat some ice cream." So be good to others, guys. We're not gonna stay long because I have a 9 o'clock appointment tomorrow. So be good to others, be kind to others, and whatever people are going through, don't think everything is all about you. Don't think everything. And I had to learn that too. People tell me, "Oh, everything is not about you." You think? Don't believe people. Don't tell me, "Oh, everything is don't revolve around you." You know what I mean? Everything, sometimes we want things revolve around us, but everything ain't going to be revolve around us. But what will revolve around us is we stay true to ourselves and be blessed. Be grateful for where we are with journey, how we're coming, and how we're going to execute later. You know what I mean? Stay in our lane, run our own race, have a mind of your own. Don't be brainwashed. Just have a mind of your own and get closer to your God, because when you get closer to Him, then you will know the miracles and the wonders that He about to create in our life. We're going through a turmoil now, but He will get us out of it. And all the prayer warriors out there, I suggest you guys keep putting out the prayers out there. You will be surprised to know who's paying attention to you, whether they publicly show themselves or privately showing themselves. You'll be surprised to know somebody just want a word of affirmation. They get it, and that's all they need for the day. That's all they need for the day. And they get it and they're gone. So guys, be blessed and be thankful. So let me, as like I like to do, to shout out everybody that was here, that Grace in the stage. Christopher Flash Talk, thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much. And these people have a channel, guys. Okay, can go check, and bring some blessing and peace in their life. If all of us out here are working, many of us are working our watch hours now, many of us are working to get their 1,000 subscribers. So wherever, guys, you can lend a hand in wherever area people need it, try do so, guys, and that would be greatly appreciated from all walks of life. And big shout out to everyone who was privately watching. Big shout out to you guys. Not everybody want to be public. And to all my public watchers that was a big shout out to you. To all the subscribers, big shout out. To Simi V, big thank you for stopping by, Miss Simi V, and whatever you're going through, God got you, baby. Just holy faith, never give up and never lose hope. God bless you and thank you for stopping by. And she have a channel, guy. All these people that I'm gonna call out have a channel. I don't know if Ignite now have a channel, but Ignite, if you have a channel, you can always leave me a message on my one of my phone. I got a lot of messages to reply to, but I will reply as soon as I can. Okay, so big shout out to everybody. Sometimes setbacks are in the way. Sometimes you plan it and it don't go accordingly. So bear. Okay, so big shout out to Miss Simi V there. Let me see what else was here. And to Miss Cynthia Blackwell, big shout out to you. Thank you for stopping by, Sister Cynthia. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Inner Beauty Blessing Life. Thank you for stopping by. Big shout out. They all have a channel, guys. You can go check and connect. You know what I mean? Resilient Family. If you're in the background and you're not publicly or anything and you're not subscribed or anything, and you want to go check these people. YouTube is becoming the what you call it now? The mall. We have the YouTube mall. So we have the community here. to the YouTube mall. You can go check everybody out. Something is out there for everybody. And Miss Sinapback to Shauna, big thank you for stopping by, Auntie. I know it's late, so big thank you for stopping by. She have a channel, guys. You can go over and check these people out in your own time, guys. I'm not forcing you in your own time. Everybody have their own time because we are going through stuff. But when you're in your own time, Casey Inspirational Tales, she have a channel, guys. Please go and check these people out. Selena the Celestial or something like that. She is from Australia. So Australia was in the house. Australia ahead of us too. So big shout out to Australia for having that nice weather over there. Big shout out to Selena. She have a channel too, guys. Check. Ron J, I don't know if you have a channel, but thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you so much. Unstoppable Undefeated. Big shout out to you. Thank you for stopping by. And Undefeated have a channel, guys, so you can go check these people out. Love, manners, and respect. And Double Roses Twins Land. Thank you for stopping by, twins of twins, vibes the twin. Thank you guys for stopping by. Love, manners, and respect to each and every one. Sometimes the computer blurry to my eyes. Wow. And Joe Reginton, big shout out to you, my brother. Love, manners, and respect, and thank you for your support. Thanks to everyone for your support. Greatly appreciated. And they have a channel, guys. So remember, all these people have a channel. The World Smile with Basil. I give you back your name because the Lions is out now. So I give you back your name, The World Smile with Basil. All right, big shout out to you guys. You have a channel, guys. Please go over and check with these people, guys. Thank you so much, Resilient Family. Likewise, you do the same. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Whether you're private or public, you understand. You know the drill by now. CEO of Cash, thank you for stopping by and God bless you. I know you had some things you're working on. So we ask that God will direct you and cover you when you have that task to do on Saturday. He will direct you in that and lead you and fill your mouth with praise so you can, go out there and do his work, his glorious work. Bio, let me spell out her name. YOIBOI 30. Big shout out to you for stopping by. Thank you. Coming from Mind Games there. So big shout out to you to Mind Games. Big shout out. And that's the World Smile with Bazu again. And Cash of Cash. All right. So thanks to everyone for stopping by. Appreciate you guys. I know I was just on here talking about some of the stuff I encountered today, as well as, some of the things I had past encounter and everything. But I want to say a big thank you to everyone that really stopped by and just, grace the stage and support and everything. Greatly appreciated. And thank you guys. And until then, I'm going to sign off and I say, peace be with you. And remember, if your day ain't going good, we always can look to Jesus and pray and everything. Prayer work, prayer move, anything. So until then, guys, have a wonderful night. And remember, if you have a channel and you want me to check it out, whether you're new or anything, you can always leave a message and I can check back in with you guys. All right. So blessed twins, we're about to sign off now. So until then, thanks to everyone. And remember, prayer warriors, we need you guys so much. So remember, prayer warriors, we need you guys. All right, stay true so we can get all the prayers we need out there, because a lot of us are going through a lot of stuff. Okay, Double Twin and I Cherish Stretch, how are you guys? Oh my, Double Twins, thank you guys. I appreciate you twins so much. So vibesy, so energized. That sometimes I'm going through stuff, and when I click on, I tell you, that's just the laughter I need. You know what I mean? And I Cherish Church, I see you putting on the ministry over there. So I'm telling you guys, you keep doing the work of God. You keep making the laughters happen. You keep bringing the spiritualness together, and to God be the glory. Great things he has done. One day he will restore us. So Miss I Cherish Church, you keep bringing the ministry. I know a lot of you bringing the ministry. Miss Sinapback bringing the ministry. So many of us are bringing the ministry. But I'm talking about the people who are already in those kind of phase, they're ordained and everything. I'm not there, but I'm a spiritual being. We all are spiritual being, but all the spiritual sisters and the spiritual brothers, stay in your lane, stay true, and bring the word. We don't judge. We don't want to bring the word of God so that people who are not yet there can be glorified and be magnified. Because God is a good God. Yes, he is. But when we have our spiritual sisters and spiritual brothers that are working in the background, God answer prayer. He hears us and he will heal us. And he only can heal us if we realize and be blessed. You know what I mean? And that's why YouTube is becoming a gallery. Everything is out there for you. Whatever you want to see, it's going to become. You have praise and worship. You have the fun things. You have the positiveness. You have the inspiration. You have the vibrations going. You have so many things, guys. So don't be afraid. When something don't sit well with you, we can always go here, go there, and get something that can resonate with how you're feeling. For every mood, for everything you need. Stay positive, stay blessed. And we signing off for the night. Amen. Double Rose, Twins Land. I glory to our God. Yes, amen. Nothing like our God. Nothing like him. But we're gonna close off now. And to God be the glory, as I like to say, peace out. Until then, have a blessed night. Thank you guys so much. I forgot I'm not on the phone. Grace and peace. Yes. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you guys for stopping by. All right. Rising with Phoenix. Blessing. You made it home with that pizza. All right. All right. Phoenix is in the house, guys. And all these people have a channel. It's a resilient family. If you're out there, I don't care if you don't subscribe to me yet or anything. You may be going through something and you want the upliftment, you want the vibration, you want the good energy, you want the strength, you want the positiveness, you want everything. Whatever we're going through, something is out there. Check these people out. I promise you, you won't lose. You know what I mean? You want the laughter, you want the fun. Anything you want, it is out there, guys. You might not find it here, but it's out there. And we have a lot of people right here that have this kind of energy and vibes bringing to their channel. Go check them out. You won't lose, guys. You understand? And just be positive about everything. Don't judge no one, don't knock no one. Who are we? Until then, peace out. Bye bye. You are getting off live. Yes, Rising Phoenix. I'll be thinking I'm on my phone, but I'm not on my phone. So let me scroll down here and end the live. Have a good night, people. Blessings, blessings. All right.